I know this may not sound like it affects much, but subconsciously, if somebody is asking me to pay $3,000 and see them for the next 6 months and they smell, I'm automatically like,
uncomfortable.
I don't want to come here if you smell bad,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
If you go to the cardiologist, you don't want to say cardiologist that is 400 pounds and say, oh, here you go, take all these pills and that's it. No, like we need to change lifestyle. So how are you going to change someone's lifestyle and tell them to be active? It's going to help you with your back problem, with your nervous system when you're not doing that.
Our staff has really changed a lot of their beliefs and mindset just because I would say through osmosis, just through being close and having access to our brains. Like, red dye 40 is not good for you or your brain, and especially not for children. So when you come in here with a drink that contains red dye 40, somebody, and it's not even going to be one of the doctors, is going to say something to you because patients are looking up to us.
As a chiropractor, you're talking about health. Your appearance matters. It's not about being shredded. It's not about having a six-pack. It's not about, being tight, being fit, but just take care of yourself, How are you going to talk about health? How are you going to tell someone, hey, I want to see you 3 times a week for the next 6 weeks while you're eating fried chicken every day and you're tired on your office, you have a bad posture, your energy is low. Yeah. And that is something we've been talking about. We had a couple candidates that apply to one of our clinics, and we've been doing interviews, talking with the chiropractors, and some of them you could see they don't take care of themselves. This person, it was a female, they didn't show up with makeup, her hair was not done, she didn't even try. She wasn't even trying. And with that, it's not that she wasn't fit, but you could tell she doesn't take care of her body.
Yes.
So we like taking decisions with our staff, all those staff. So we talk with the staff and say, hey, what do you guys think? And I kind of knew what they were going to say because we have open communication, but they were pretty shy and they were like, I don't know if it fits the coach or I don't know how I feel. I'm like, hey, you have to be straight. Like, what do you mean? And one of them said, like, she's obese. We're talking about health here, and that person is obese. It's not going to fit the culture. Patients are going to notice that. Our patients know what we do. Why are we doing it for? If you go to the cardiologist, you don't want to say cardiologist that is 400 pounds and say, oh, here you go, take all these pills, and that's it. No, like, we need to change lifestyle. Right. So how are you going to change someone's lifestyle and tell them to be active? It's going to help you with your back problems, with your nervous system when you're not doing that.
Yes. And for the record, we're not perfect either.
No.
But I know how to take care of my body, and I think it comes down to core values.
But again, it's not about being shredded or anything.
No.
That's aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's aesthetic. That doesn't matter.
You don't have to do CrossFit.
No.
But if you're going on a walk every day.
You can even walk every day and that's it.
Yes. But to that point, it doesn't fit in with our core values. Like, this is just part of our core value. Health is it's not just what we say, or it's not our job. It's our life. We are eating, sleeping, breathing health. And if we are not embodying that, if we're not coming off and appearing like we're healthy, how can somebody trust me? Ultimately, my trust is going to go down in a cardiologist that is 400 pounds.
Yeah, and that goes to your staff as well. It's from the doctor to the staff and then to the patients. The example yesterday, we had one of the newer staff that has been 2 weeks with us. She's a young girl. She brought a Fanta, you mentioned, red Fanta. I never seen that before. And I went to her and I said, what the hell are you drinking? And she's like, oh, don't get to me. She already got into me. And it was one of the staff you told me that she criticized him, right?
Yeah. It's so cool. We were talking about this, how our staff has really changed a lot of their beliefs and mindset just because I would say through osmosis, just through being close and having access to our brains. Red dye 40 is not good for you or your brain, and especially not for children. So when you come in here with a drink that contains red dye 40, somebody, and it's not even going to be one of the doctors, is going to say something to you because patients are they're looking up to us. They're looking at us as authority and leaders in our community. If I am overweight and I look tired and ragged and I don't even try to put myself together, how can somebody look up to me when their life is not even fully put together? Yeah. And especially with their health, right? And not even just for appearance, but also we see a lot of people. We would be considered a high volume practice if you want to consider that. To be able to have the energy to keep up, you cannot be overweight. You got to be somewhat in shape. Because we see so many people, you need to have energy, and what you put into your body, what you fuel into your body, it matters. During lunch, when you're on your lunch break, if you're eating fried, greasy food, you're going to come back, number one, smelling bad, but also feeling like crap. How can you serve and be the best version of yourself for your patients, for your clients, when you're not feeling your best?
And that is something we talk with our business partner. We mentioned him. hey, this person is going slower than the usual. Like, what do you think we could do? And it's like, what are they eating? What are they eating? Are they always tired? Like, what are they eating? How is their breath smell? So
Are they
it's like,
moving their body?
yeah, everything
Yeah.
is related to that, So just
Yes.
move your body, be healthy. It doesn't have to be treaded, running 5 miles. Go for a walk. I don't like walking.
Yes.
I'm getting uncomfortable now with just going for a walk and try to enjoy it. I'm not a big fan, but we're gonna do it.
I'm forcing you to.
Yeah.
But yes. And then along those lines, I know we've talked about this too, but personal hygiene, I'm going to tie in with this too, because it's not just about how you appear, but how do you smell to somebody? I know chiropractors are notorious for being very crunchy and we don't wear deodorant or we do others like whatever. Listen, I get all that. Trust me, I don't wear aluminum foil deodorant, but I at least put something on that's going to cover up maybe my body odor if I have any, especially like essential oils.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do something toxic to your body to smell good to other people. I'm not asking anybody to wear perfume or cologne. I hate that whenever people wear that because I'm super sensitive to it.
Yeah.
But at least try to give an effort, especially if you're a high volume or you're running around a lot, you're seeing patients. It's a physical job. You're going to sweat naturally. Whether you know it or not, you're sweating in your armpits. You're going to smell. Okay. So you have to wear something. You have to do something to cover up some sort of body odor because patients catch on to that. And I know this may not sound like it affects much, but subconsciously, if somebody is asking me to pay $3,000 and see them for the next 6 months and they smell, I'm automatically
It's
like,
uncomfortable.
I don't want to come here if you smell bad,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So these are just little things that you can tweak.
Yeah, and we have a candid policy in the office, and it's like, if I smell, I need the staff to tell me.
Yeah.
Because how you mentioned, I don't want the patient to feel uncomfortable, the patient to tell me. If I have something on my tooth, like the staff is going to tell me. We need to hold each other accountable for that. So recommend having that policy with your staff as well.
Yes, and in our handbook, it actually states too, like no quote unquote messy buns. So for females, if you just throw your hair up, it's not, okay, sometimes it can look good, but it presents like you didn't put in any effort. And so even if you're in the back and you're doing therapies or you never even see a patient, it tells me that you don't really care about your job. When you come in and you're not really presentable
Correct.
for your job, that tells me you don't really care. So females, maybe you wear makeup, maybe you don't, but at least put some effort in. Wash your face in the morning, splash some water on your face, wear some moisturizer. I don't know, do something with your appearance to make it look like you didn't just roll out of bed and come to the clinic, because that's conveying that you're not serious and you don't really care.
Correct. So look presentable, take care of your body. And if you have any question, just reach out and don't forget to subscribe to the website, pathtovictorychiro.com.